disappointing afternoon over at Ewood Park as Blackburn Rovers have lost to Sheffield Wednesday. What's this? What's this? Oh, this changes things. This changes things. Scrap that, folks. Blackburn Rovers put 2 in the last 5 minutes to snatch all 3 points against Sheffield Wednesday. We're going to talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, this time picking apart Blackburn Rovers' latest result. It was a win over at Ewood Park against Sheffield Wednesday, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, whoa, football related, all here. Underwarowski, that's right, boys and girls. Where has that been? It wasn't the greatest game, I'll tell you that. First 75 minutes, it was a snore fest. But then it all came alive right at the end. Anyway, before we get into the thick of things, I've got a bit of admin for you folks. Got a Patreon page if you are interested. Make sure you check it out. There's a link down below. It'll tell you about the Patreon, what's up for grabs if you want to choose it. And then what it'll do in the long term for the channel, it'll push it forward in the right direction. But anyway, folks, we're going to talk about this game. It was Rovers up against Sheffield Wednesday. It was a must-win game. I said 4 points would be absolutely the business if we could get these 2 games against Sheffield Wednesday and Leeds. And after, 83 minutes, 84 minutes, what's going on here? Slow the piss down. Hang on a minute. I'm on auto. So let's just jump back into it. But 83 minutes was when it all started to change for me. I thought, you know what? Shit is going down here. Shit is going down. But we managed to turn it around. 2-1 final score on the day. So 83 minutes, it was substitute Jacob Murphy for Sheffield Wednesday coming on to break Ewood Park hearts, so it seemed. But no, up steps Tony Mowbray and the mystery note. I don't know what's on there. Maybe it's the lottery numbers or something. But whatever it was, it just turned shit around. Tosin Adarabayo with a beautiful header from a free kick. You know what? I've been hacking us to bits for our recent set pieces. They've been dull. They've been impactless. Whatever they are, but today that looping header beat what I saw was a Stone Cold Ashley Westwood, or whatever his name is, the goalkeeper. Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper was rock solid tonight. I didn't think anything would get past him. And not only did that floating header get past him, but up steps young Buckley from the substitutes bench as well to snatch home all 3 points. The 91st minute, that's injury time for Rovers on this one. So 14,147 fans were in attendance to watch this lastminute.com winner for Rovers, and that is our first victory in 6 games. Anyway, let's take a look more at the stats for you here, folks. Sheffield Wednesday did have more shots than us, 17 to our 15. We did have more possession, 54% compared to their 46. As for the pass success rate, it went in Rovers' favour. 69% of all our passes reached the intended target at just the 66 for Sheffield Wednesday. The dribbles, they were dominated by Sheffield Wednesday. They were very, very fruitful on the ground. Harris, for me, was very, very eye-catching, stood out big time. Look at the corners, 13 stats to our 4, and they had 9 of them, I think, in the first half. Absolutely barnstorming. For me, though, the result does flatter us a little bit. I didn't think we were fully deserved of the 3 points. I'm going to be well honest with you here. I didn't think we deserved to lose it either, though. So I thought a draw would have been a fair result. I would have taken a point. After 82 minutes, I would have taken a point. After 83 minutes, I would have bitten your hand off for a point. But then to walk away with 3 points at the end of this, you know what? This shit doesn't happen to us. Remember, this is a situation that happened at Ellen Road when we were winning at Leeds. Didn't think we deserved to win it, and then ultimately we didn't. So, yeah, Leeds won it. But anyway, that's a different story. That's next week. That's next week. The story for next week at Ellen Road. We'll talk more about that a couple of days' time. So let's take a look at the what's going on here with the turning on of the lights. Oh, yes. I've got to get my director on my ear. Hang on a minute. Yeah, that's right. That's more better. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for you. First and foremost, the mighty blue and white. What was between the sticks, and well done. He deserves a round of applause today. What a standout performance. He's kept us in it towards it. There could have been 2 or 3 goals for Sheffield Wednesday towards that back end of it. Standout performance of him. Williams at left back was pushed at left back, and it was Tosin Adarabayo and Nyambe at centre backs. And I think they did a tremendous job. Nyambe went on a gallivanting run at one point, bundled past through everybody, and it was unfortunate not to get a penalty or even a corner. I think he was actually injured in a bit of a runaway sort of stampede. And Ben at right back. Travis at centre back in a sort of defensive midfield slot with Armstrong at the left, Downing at right, Holtby, Dak, and Gallagher up top. Couple of little dramas here. Gallagher was substituted with a bit of an injury. Holtby was brought off as well. He was a little bit ineffective today, but it was good to have him back in the squad. My match ratings, we're going to kick it off right here with Walton. He had an 8 because of those lastminute.com saves. Obviously, he did concede. It wasn't faultless, but it was definitely a much improved performance from him. Williams got a 6. Adarabayo got an 8, my man of the match, and it was the man of the match of the day as well. He looked comfortable at the back. He looked at ease. He looked sometimes a little bit too good, too comfortable. But up to step with the important equaliser. Nambi with a 7. I thought he did brilliant at centre-back. Bennett with a 6. Pretty much ineffective. Both full-backs were a bit ineffective. Travis was good. I was glad to have him back as well. We had a 7. Armstrong had a 6. Didn't really get going. Our attacking quartet here really failed to set the place up. Holtby with a 5. Dak with a 7. Dan with a 6. Gallagher with a 7 as well. He looked busy, and I thought if he'd stayed on the pitch, he probably would have scored a goal. But ultimately, he was substituted off. So hopefully that is only a precautionary injury, and I'd like to see him back. Quick look at Sheffield Wednesday's line. Westwood between the sticks. Fox at left back. Bornas, Iorfa, and Palmer the back 4. Hutchison in the defensive midfield slot for him. Harris at the left. Reach at the right. Papalzi with what was probably described as the world's worst corner. Lee in the middle of the park with Fletcher, ex-Dingle, up top, leading the way. The goal scorer for them was substitute Jacob Murphy, who's on loan from the Toon. Quick look at some more stats for you here. This is the shots and stuff like that. We did have more touches than they do, 526 compared to their 476. Again, more passes, 356 compared to their 291. As you can see down the bottom left and right where the shots took place, we only had 6 shots on target, which is good for us. Considering we had less shots than them, we had more shots on target. They had 9 shots off target. They did hit the woodwork as well. It was a bit nervy towards the end of it, so yes, good saves by Walton in the end to defy Sheffield Wednesday, who, for their credit, they're up in the top echelons of the table and still looking over their shoulders to try and get in the playoffs or beyond that. Quick look at the heat maps. If you're a heat map man just like me, as you can see, it looks like we spread the ball about as per usual. Defensive midfield slot as well. Seen a lot of the action, and Walton was a very, very busy man as well. As for Sheffield Wednesday, down that top left-hand side of their pitch, I guess that's where Harris was. He was buzzing up and down there, causing all kinds of problems for us today. But yeah, massive result for us. It does stop the rot. 6 games without a win, I think it was before this. So hopefully that'll turn the corner. Maybe, just maybe, a bit of lady luck will be on our side next week when we take on Leeds. We'll talk more about that in a couple of days' time. What did the gaffer have to say, though? Here is his thoughts shortly after the final whistle as Rovers pick up the big fat W.
Team spirit, that is evident, I think, and yet sometimes, the result can rip all that up and throw it in the bin, really. All the positives from the team. The team kept going and got their rewards in the end for their spirit and their togetherness, and delighted for them. But I was going to say let's hope we don't have that every week, but we would like that every week if we win. But it's not easy on the heartstrings. I think it was it looked like a 0-0, didn't it? Look, we talked a lot this week about our defence and getting back to basics, winning headers, winning tackles, physically strong, putting yourselves in good positions, trying to keep clean sheets. And I thought generally they did that. I thought Tosin was immense today. I think putting Derek out wide probably took a bit of pressure off him on the physical side of the game, which he's been struggling a little bit with. But lots of good performance. Christian to make an amazing save at the end was great for him as well, because obviously he was at fault for the first goal at Preston last week, in my opinion, and for him to help us achieve the result today, then it was good. No, I'm with the team all the way. As I've said, that somebody just said to me there that he made a huddle on the pitch at the end of the game. I think that's great, because as I do say, this is their team really. I pick the team, I make the substitutions, but I can't edit and kick it anymore, and I can't fight for my mate next to me. They have to do all that themselves, and football's really cruel sometimes for a team that's working so hard and giving so much, for them to drop points, lose games. It's been really tough, and yet that's the league. You look at the results every weekend in this division. There's some crazy results, and I don't feel, as lots of teams, I've seen lots of managers recently saying that they feel as if the league's not a fair reflection of their team's performances, and I'm slipped myself into that remit, and yet the reality of it, I've been in it since 40 years now. Football, it's you have to work really hard to get any rewards from it. there's a lot of teams out there competing, and I think Sheffield Wednesday is a good side. They're at the right end of the table, and yet that shows you can beat anybody on your day. And I think it was our spirit, togetherness that got us through in the end. Well, I don't know. I think, listen, in the period before they scored, we'd been peppering their goal. Really, we'd had. There was one instance there we had 4 shots all blocked on the way into the net probably, and then Rothwell as a keeper makes a brilliant save. I think we were right on top, and yet there's a little feeling of God, it's that's just football. It kicks you where it hurts sometimes, I think, and I'd have to stand here in front of you and just say, listen, we just got to keep going, got to keep fighting for each other, which is what we did really well today. But today we got rewards. Last week we didn't. Birmingham on the Tuesday night we didn't, and but today we did, and so pleased for the players, pleased for the fans. Hopefully they saw a team that is their team that is fighting hard for them.
Meanwhile, what else went on this week in the Championship? Let's take a little look. So on the Friday night kickoff, it was a 2-2 draw. Barnsley picked up a massive point against in-form Bristol City. Wigan lost the early kickoff 2-1 at home to Swansea City. Derby put 2 past Middlesbrough as they continue to free fall. They need to make a decision on their manager pretty soon, I think. Reading with a 2-1 win over Millwall. That's a big result for Reading as they continue their improvement with a new manager. That's the first defeat for Rowett, perhaps. Luton lost at home to Nottingham Forest, 2-1 final score. Cardiff put 4 past Birmingham with a match that saw 2 reds. Brentford lost at home to Huddersfield, who continue their rise up the table. Fulham, what is going on with Fulham? 3-0 loss at home to Hull City, who are now on the up as well. Leeds 2-0 winners over QPR, and tomorrow we'll wrap it up with Charlton against Preston and Stoke against West Brom. There's a bit of drama going around Deepdale at the moment with a lot of links linking their manager to Stoke City, which I think they've just smashed out a tweet to deny that. But the game of course of the weekend was at Ewood Park. 2-1 win. 3 goals in the last 7 minutes plus injury time. That is what we call drama, boys and girls. This is what's going to go on, or this is what the table looks like right here, right now. Leeds top the pops with 28 points on the board. They are level with Swansea, who are top of the table as well. West Brom, Preston, Notts Forest, and Bristol City are in the playoffs as it stands. Today's opponents, Sheffield Wednesday, lie in 7th. Towards the bottom, it's Stoke, Barnsley and Middlesbrough, who would go down to League One if the season was to end today. What's going to go on with Middlesbrough? Are they going to make a decision on Woodgate? I think they need to. Just 2 wins all season. And I think they need to make a call, because I don't think that's going to turn around. I will be beggars. I don't know what the phrase is, but I'll be absolutely stunned if Woodgate is the manager at Middlesbrough by the end of the year. As the Rovers up to 16th for the table, we don't really make too much headway on the table, but we do make a bit of headway, should I say, on Wigan, on Luton. Caught up with Millwall as well. A win for us in our next game against Leeds. We could go as high as 13th, but we'll have to see. Speaking of the next games, this is what's coming up right around the corner out in our Championship. Nottingham Forest, they'll take on Derby. That's the early kickoff on Saturday. That's a big one in that neck of the woods. Hull City against West Brom. Wigan against Brentford. Reading against Luton. Sheffield Wednesday against Swansea City. Barnsley against Stoke. Millwall, Charlton. Preston, Huddersfield. QPR, Middlesbrough. Leeds against Rovers. Birmingham against Fulham. And the game on Sunday is Cardiff City against Bristol City. The battle of the cities. Meanwhile, what's been going on social media? Let's take a little look at what's been said on Twitter. John Buckley, the goal-scoring winning bonanza. Look at him. What a feeling. Injury time winner as the first senior goal. Class, 3 points. Well, got to give him a round of applause, the young lad. That sort of shit does not really happen. It's fairy tale stuff. Meanwhile, the other goal scorer, Tosin Adarabayo, getting in there, he says. Was not giving up. This team did not fold. First senior goal, man of the match. 3 points in for the team. And the special note from Mowbray, which will go down in history as what was on that note. Meanwhile, let's take a little look what else went on social media. John Holden, well played Rovers. We deserved that. Not a great first half, but we were the better side in second. Their keepers made some excellent saves today. Our boys showed some fight, and we got the luck at the end when they shot deflected onto the post. We did. Ben Bignell said this: it feels like about 4 seasons since the last time we scored 2 late goals to win a game. It's always the opposition banging in the 89th and 90th minute winners against us. Meanwhile, David Parker said this massive that, who knows, we could look back at the end of the season and think this was the turning point. He was 10 minutes from getting sacked, I think. Northern Rover, big win for Tony Mowbray. Given that we had Leeds next week, it could have saved his job. I thought we were much better in the second half. Their keeper made some big saves. A big bit of credit for Walton for the save at the end. Hopefully now we can build on this. Stephen Ryan said, get in there. What a save that was late on for Christian Walton. Ben C, aka Manchester Ben C, so this my Twitter feed is happy place tonight. Thank you, Rovers, and all you awesome Rovers fans out there. Predictably, unpredictable as always. Hashtag happy days. Meanwhile, Andy Neal said this, much needed win for Rovers, the players and Mowbray, and even better to see some emotion in the stands as the goal from Buckley hit the back of the net. Rovers chat said what a feeling that was. Felt that we was unlucky to be behind, but great fighting spirits from the lads. Tosin fully deserved by the match, controlled possession so well, and a top header to get us level. Proud of us today. Matt Stilto said this, it's been a long time since I celebrated 2 goals quite like I did today. Good, we could well be a season-defining moment for Rovers this season. Lynn Lewis said this, for the first time in a long time, we've had a bit of luck. This just saved Mowbray's job. Get in there, hashtag Rovers. And Dan Skewy said this, Buckley, get in, lad. What a time to score your first senior goal. Hopefully, the first of many. Top man, boys and girls. Yes, for me, I was planning on doing a watch-along. I keep saying it every week. Even to this moment, I do not have internet on the machine for the watch-along beast. I don't know what it is, but hopefully it'll clean the kinks out, and we'll go again Saturday for Leeds. It will be a bit of a shitty game, I expect, for Rovers fans, but you never know. You never know. We might turn up and actually get something out of that game, but that's just me being the optimist. Before we go, again, this is internet permitting. I am mixing it up a bit this week. Tuesday will be the day that we go live for the next round of Championship predictions, not Monday, and we're going to postpone the Premier League ones to Wednesday. Again, we're going to run it on Wednesday, just because I think on Monday there might be a couple of little hinks going around. So, and then hopefully on Saturday we will be live. Fingers crossed. Once again for a watch along on Twitch, which the past 3 weeks I keep promoting it, talking about it, and it all goes flat, and it doesn't happen because of the stupid machine, whatever it is. Which brings me back to Patreon. Help a brother out, and let's try and push this channel onto another level. Anyway, folks, that's pretty much it. What do you think about the result? Is that the greatest feeling in the world, to think you're walking away with absolutely nothing, and then 6 minutes later you're going away, well, not with 1 point, but with all stinking 3 points? What a barnstormer. Anyway, folks, give me some love in. Make sure you smash that thumbs up, smash the subscribe if you're new videos pretty much every single day, including the hotly released Football Manager 2020. FIFA 20 continues as well. Got a lot of content coming in the next few days, and we look forward to European 2020 action as well pretty soon. Until then, we count down to Leeds next week. Until then, ciao. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.